Hello, everyone. This is Trucker here, and today I'm going to go over my top 5 games that I have cooled on as of lately. Um, these are games I still will sometimes play, but not nearly as much as I used to. And there kind of has to be a reason on why I'm going to play it, because otherwise, these games are pretty much done with, for me at least. But if a group wants to play them, I will play them. And with that, we're going to go into number 5. Now, number 5, it's sad for this one because I actually love this game. When it first came out, it was probably my top 10 games of all time, at least, maybe top 5. But with that, it is Smartphone. Now, the reason why Smartphone has fallen so far is the fact that when you play this game, it is very, very mean. I will only play with 5 players in this game. 3 players is okay, but I prefer to play with the 5. Um, but it's kind of unique theme. That's why I liked it because you have these like iPad type things, these 2 little tablets that you're placing on a board. You lay them over top each other to get your actions. And what I find so appealing about the game is you are moving around the world to different markets. You are making phones. You can make them cheap. You can make them expensive. You can do different tech on them. So there's like a tech track that you guys are fighting over. But where the game gets very, very mean, and I mean very mean, is when you spread around the board, people will buy your phones if they are cheaper. And you can try to play it to where you act before other people. And I had a game where there was someone in the lead and they didn't notice, but I had enough to go into their territory and I went before them and I just dumped a bunch of cheap phones on the market, completely wrecked his entire game. Took him out of the game in like round 2 or 3. And then the next player that was in the lead, I did the same thing to him. I ran away with the game. I felt so bad. But what I noticed about the game is I've done that quite a few times, and it's just never a feel good because obviously you're pushing into one person's territory. Usually it's the person that's in the lead or just in front of you, and you are just absolutely just destroying their whole game plan and completely ruining the game for them. And I get it, that's part of the game. But for me, if you don't play with people that play the game enough and then you do it to someone that's new to the game, you feel really bad. And then even the people I was playing with, they're experienced gamers and they played the game a couple times. But I found that I was just absolutely wrecking people left and right, and it just never left a good taste in my mouth. But the game has such a cool, unique theme. The action, the way you play with those tiles, and the way you pick your actions, and you can get these little factory bonus things where they're little bonus tiles that you can place on your board. It's such a unique game mechanic. I don't know if I've ever seen a mechanic like that. So I think that's why I was drawn to it. Now, I still I still like the game. The problem is, like I said, it really brings out like a nasty, I don't know. You could just be real nasty in it, and it just doesn't leave a good taste in my mouth. I will play it, like I said. It's just I got to be in the mood to absolutely wreck people, and I got to play with players that I really don't mind wrecking, and they don't mind getting wrecked, or you could get wrecked too. So you really just have to be up for that style of game. And I find it harder and harder to get that style of game to the table. So yeah, unfortunately, that is why it's cooled a lot for me. And like I said, this maybe could have been the game that cooled the most for me. But the reason why it's number 5 is I will still play it. It's just that it was like one of my top games of all time. So yeah, so that's number 5. All right, and number 4 here is my brothers, both of their favorite game. It's Nemesis. Now, once again, Nemesis, it's not that I dislike it anymore. It's just I had a lot of fun the first couple of times I played it because the way the game ended was pretty crazy. The one time my brother's friend, he was getting hunted down by the queen, and we're trying to escape the ship, and the queen, all of a sudden, he got super lucky and the queen left. He hurried up, got to the med bay, healed himself, and then as he was about to leave the ship, the queen spawned in his area and chopped his head off. So it was definitely like a movie. I mean, we laughed so hard because just the stories in the game. I mean, it was brutal. it was the funniest thing ever. It was like we thought he was dead, then he was going to make it, then he got his head chopped off. Our other buddy, he was trying to get out of an escape pod, and my brother waited for him. And right before he got into the escape pod, my brother jettisoned it out of it and left him to die by the alien that was chasing him. So these stories are just, they are funny stories. I mean, it is Alien in a Box. But the problem I have with the game is, A, if you're going to play this game, make sure someone knows the rules. The last couple times I played it, there were some rule hiccups. It kind of ruined the game. There's a lot going on in this game. You just can't pick this game up and just get back into it. And then on top of that, people can try to, hurt you just for fun, which it is part of the game. But my brother, last time we played, he had a super easy objective. He completed it on like turn 2. Like basically all the rooms had to be opened up, which opened up super fast, and he had to send a signal. So it was so easy that he was done on like the second or third round. So then he literally just tried to kill us all game. Now, you could laugh and say, oh, you have a traitor among your ship, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I guess. It was okay, but the problem is it's just kind of annoying. Like, you're playing a 3-hour game. One of your buddies gets knocked out super early. That's another thing. You could die in the first or second, third round. So you get wiped out of the game. And what are you supposed to do? They can play as the aliens, but you're really not going to do that because it'd make the aliens too hard. Like, they'd be too powerful. No one would escape. You just get slaughtered. So I guess that might be a good reason to play with that variant, so that if you do kill someone early, they're just going to wipe you out. So yeah, that really just kind of throws me off with the game. The stories are excellent, though. It really is funny to see what can happen in the game. We've just had a blast playing it with that. But like I said, the last couple plays have really just been duds. I mean, you're talking about sometimes a 3-hour game, and for it to be a dud because of the way it's just so random, it just kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth. That's why, the first couple plays, we laughed so hard. It definitely was, it was up there. And once again, last couple plays, it really just, it's not that appealing to me anymore to set a game up and play that long and then, have your buddy get wiped out on turn 2, or somebody complete a mission super early, and then all they're basically just trying to do is harass you the whole game. And it's just a super hard game as it is. So you're just getting slaughtered. There's just no, I don't know. It's just not that fun to me anymore. And number 3 here. Okay, so some people are not going to probably be happy with this one. Earth. I thought this game was pretty good when I first played it. Then I noticed real fast that I really do not like scoring when you have to score grids that go, oh, this needs to match with this. Oh, I need to put this one over there. 1 of this type, 2 of that type. Oh, 3 up here. I don't know. I feel like the game bogs down with people looking at it. Oh, I need this card to score this and that card to score that. Not to mention, I played a game once recently where someone basically just, he got like a super good start. It was just over. I mean, there was just nothing you could do about it. And I know that happens in a decent amount of games, but yeah, for Earth, I don't know. Another thing too is everybody's like, oh, it's just so good. You get this resource and that resource. Yeah, well, when everything is good, it kind of makes the game like, yeah, I mean, who even cares? Okay, I put a tree up here. I put a tree there. Oh, I put this here. I get soil. I don't know. You're just like doing all this stuff, comboing and comboing. It's almost like, do I even care what I get? I know I'm going to get something good by playing this or that. So for me, it definitely fell off. I just have no interest in playing it. I know people say, oh, the expansion fixes it when you, instead of having to draw through 1,000 cards to get a card you need, the expansion, you could use those tokens or whatever. I don't even know what they are, leaf tokens or something, to draw out the card you need. But that's just not fun to me. It's super luck of the draw. Yeah, you could try to play around it by drawing a bunch of cards. But if you draw what you need off the bat and I don't, then guess what? I just don't get what I need. So, yeah, Earth for me is definitely just. Plus, I don't want to teach it. Yeah, I don't want to teach that game at all. And I just hate those scoring games anymore. I really hate I hate when I have to go, okay, this card gives me 2 points, but takes away a point from there, takes away a point from there, gives me 2 points there, minus a point here. To me, that's just not fun. It's just like doing a bunch of math for math's sake. Doing a bunch of math for math's sake. I don't know. Yeah, so I know a bunch of people would definitely not agree with me on that one, but that's just the way I feel about Earth. Probably won't ever play that one again. All right, and number two here, I'm definitely going to get some hate for this one. Leave it in the comments below if you completely disagree with me. I don't really care. I don't really like this game at all anymore. It's Dune. To me, this game is just I don't know. I I liked it a lot when I first started playing it. I will never play this game again. This is the one on the list that I have no interest in playing ever again. And the reason why is I just never feel good after playing this game. I've had a game where the first game I ever played, I thought I won, and then someone pulled out an intrigue card and gave him 2 points to win at the end. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know those were in the game. And the guy obviously didn't say that there was a couple of them. There's only a couple of them in there, but 2 points is a lot of points. The game is only to 11. If you start at 1 point, or the game's till 10, if you start at 1 point, you only need 9 points, and that's 2 points. I mean, that's crazy. That's like 23% of their score on an entry card that I drew before, didn't get that good of a bonus, and you drew after me, and then you win the game. I don't know. I did not like that. So that one really threw me off with that. I still like the game, but like I said, then I played it again, and I had a decent game of it. Then the third game I played, somebody won. They had two intrigue cards for like 4 victory points. And I'm like, well, this is ridiculous. I'm like, we play this super strategic game. It's not short. It's like 2 hours long, 2.5 hours long. And you're telling me that you win by just drawing random cards off the top when I have to like literally plan my turns out for so long. It's everybody's super, everybody's into it, planning everything out. Oh, he took that spot. I got to go here. Got to do that. You're really thinking about your turns, and then somebody at the end of the game goes, "Oh, by the way, I have 4 victory points on my intrigue cards." Oh, okay, that sounds cool. Then I had a game where, you can't play with people that aren't experienced in the game at all, because I had a game where somebody should have blocked somebody from winning on a combat, but they messed up. And then I brought it up to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I made a misplay." And I'm like, well, it's not that I was mad. I'm just like, well, nah, that was kind of terrible. We just played a 2.5 hour game, a crazy tight game, and somebody just made a little mistake at the end and gave somebody the 2 points for no reason for a battle victory. I'm like, when you could have stopped them, I'm like, oh, that left a terrible taste in my mouth once again. Then we played one, and my buddy put all the expansions in, and we played with a new person. Now, that was just a big mistake. Do not put expansions in games where new people are playing them. I don't understand why people want to do this. I have a buddy who always wants to put every expansion in, and I'm always like, don't put any expansions in. Let's just play the base game. People need to play the game before you can start throwing a bunch of expansions in, unless you're playing like Terraforming Mars or SETI. Then put the preludes in. But other than that, you can't be putting a bunch of expansions in to these games. It just drags a game out. And yeah, we played with all the expansions. I was not a huge fan of them. It added way too much to the game. The game drug on forever. So I'm like, yeah, I just want to play the base game. I don't want to play with people that are new to it. And not only that, even when I play with people that have played the game, it's just never feel good, because it's like, oh, are you going to stop him in the combat? No, you should stop him in the combat. I don't know. To me, I feel like every time I play that game, almost everybody that walks away from the table, in at least my group that I play with, even the people that win, aren't really super satisfied with it. They're just kind of like, yeah, you know, that was enough. Most people I play with, they play that game, and that's the only game they're playing for the night. They're like, yeah, I'm done. That was enough for me. So, with the thinking about your turns for so strategically, the random cards, the random intrigue cards, and I know some people say, oh, the intrigue cards aren't that bad, blah blah blah. I can't stand them in the game. It literally throws the whole game off for me. I hate those cards. I don't, like I said, I will never play Dune again. I've played it a bunch of times now. Just have no interest in playing it. I'd rather play Arnak, and I thought I liked Dune better than Arnak. I've completely did a complete reversal on that. Dune is not even close to Arnak, in my opinion. But yeah, let me know about that, because I know people are not going to like that opinion. Yeah, to me, I think Dune is definitely an overrated game. All right, everyone. Number one here. This is not technically a board game. I guess it could be considered one, but it's what got me into board gaming because I was playing Magic the Gathering. I was playing Commander. And then I was like, oh, board games seem pretty cool. And when I played Commander for probably 3 years. And then when I played my first board game, I was hooked. And I was like, wait a minute. You're telling me I just have to buy one game and I can just play this game over and over again? No one has an advantage. No one has a disadvantage. I don't have to build decks. I don't have to buy this. I don't have to buy that. I was completely hooked. I was completely sold. I literally just sold out of most of my Commander stuff. I think I have a couple decks left, and I'm pretty much done with it. I only keep a couple decks because people I know, that's all they play. So if I want to play with them a game or two, I'll meet up with them and play Magic. But yeah, I've completely cooled off of Magic. I have no interest in it at all. Don't want to play the game. Don't want to buy the cards. Don't want to do nothing with it. The hype cycle of 500 sets every year now. Buy this, buy that. I can't stand it. I don't like the consumerism in board gaming, and I really don't like it in Magic because Magic, I feel like they prey on people to a crazy extent, especially kids. It's basically a lottery. You cracking packs. People that crack packs are crazy. Just buy them. I used to just buy my cards I need because I bought one box of Magic cards, and I tell you what, the value I got out of that box was a complete dud. It was like a Masters 25 set. It's like $200, and I got like $60 worth of cards. It was a complete crap. It was terrible. I was so irritated. I was like, I'll never buy another box again. But yeah, I get where people like Magic. They like building the decks, but there's only so much you could do. There's only so many architects, graveyard, draw, pinging people. I don't know. It just, to me, that game, I don't understand it. People say it's skill. I don't think it's that skillful. I don't really think it's that hard. You give me your deck, and I haven't played your deck. I can almost run it just as well as you could. And I know people argue against that. I don't really care. I was actually pretty good at building decks. If you build a good deck, people just know how to run your deck. They'll see the combos as they come. Now, yeah, you might not know every card in a deck, but you could just look through it beforehand. But Magic to me is just, I don't understand why people say, "Oh, it's the hardest game there is and it takes so much skill." It doesn't take that much skill. You could just get crap draws, you could get good draws. You could just have a super good deck. I see people play these decks that they just go to these game nights and they just curb stomp people, and I'm like, how much fun is that? Like, at least with my group, we had a group that played every week basically. So all our decks were pretty similar. We didn't really care for combo wins. So yeah, you could have a combo on some decks, but then you play against some decks, it's like, oh my gosh, they win the same way every time. Oh, Oh, I'm gonna search this card up. Oh wow, you're gonna win the same way. Yep. I don't know. Magic to me is a complete dud. Once they started having SpongeBob and The Office and whatever other garbage they wanted to put into I was completely done with it. Like I said, if it wasn't for my couple buddies, I would sell all my Magic stuff and I would never play Magic again. Yeah, that's why it is number one. The amount of upkeep that you need to do on your decks, and I know people say, well, you don't need to upgrade your decks, whatever. You do. If you're going to play with people, you do need to upgrade them because if you fall behind, yeah, if you don't like to win and you don't even like to have a chance, you just want to go sit there as you get curb stomped every game, yeah, then don't keep up on your decks and just keep playing your crap decks. I came back after a while and played with my buddies, and the cards in their decks are just insane. It's just a constant grind of upkeep. I don't know how people have the time to upkeep on your decks like that. I had like 16 decks, and that was way too much work. A board game, I could buy a board game for $50. 3 years from now, when I play with four people, everybody is going to be at the same power level, the same start. No one's going to be, you know, ahead in the curve because their deck is super powerful and they've been keeping up on the sets and blah blah blah. Yeah, that's why Magic the Gathering is up there. I have no interest in ever playing it. Like I said, the only reason why I play it is because I'll get around with a couple of my buddies, have a drink or two. But if it wasn't for that, yeah, Magic would be gone out of my set, out of my collection, 100%. Dune, I'm glad I didn't buy Dune because that one That one will honestly be out of my collection too. But yeah, let me know what you think. Magic, I can get on some rants with Magic. I can't stand Magic anymore. Just a constant, constant pumping out of sets. It's insane to me. When I started playing, it was only a couple sets a year, like 4 sets a year. Now I can't even keep track of the commander sets, everything else that goes along with it. Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, so let me know what you think about those picks, and let me know if you've cooled on any games lately. Plus, your tastes will change over the years. Everybody's does, so it's not a big deal. A couple years, I might like all these again. I doubt it, especially Dune and Magic. Those games are done for me. All right, thanks for watching.